He's confessing he said it publicly, and he's still alive, which means, according to him, it's true.
If you understood how much your hates you, you would hate your back.
We're not talking about one person anymore. This isn't about Beyoncé. This is systemic. This is about an entire industry of women allegedly infected and covering it up. He's claiming these women are so diseased that you can literally see it written all over their faces, that their own circle knows, that they're all connected.
I would have my page off private so more people can watch, but then she has her people, these little trollers troll my page. And then next thing you know, I don't have a TikTok. Then my Instagram, then she's running that page.
He's not just making allegations. He's claiming that Beyoncé, one of the biggest stars in the world, is personally orchestrating a takedown of his social media to silence him. Orlando Brown has spent the last few years becoming Hollywood's most dangerous loose cannon. He's not a verified insider. He's not a celebrity with a platform to protect. He's literally got nothing to lose, which is exactly why people are starting to believe him. But before we dive into the allegations, we need to understand what Orlando is claiming here. He's not just saying these women have STDs. He's saying that the entire industry, Beyoncé, her team, major labels, are working together to silence him. He's saying that there's a coordinated effort to protect these women's images while they allegedly burn the next generation of artists. That's a massive claim. So let's trace it back to the beginning. Orlando Brown's first major accusation wasn't actually about Beyoncé directly. It was about a pattern. But when he started connecting dots, Beyoncé became the epicenter. Here's the timeline. Allegedly, Beyoncé caught something from Jay-Z. According to the street narrative that's been floating around for years, Jay-Z was unfaithful to Beyoncé multiple times. And during one of those infidelities, he allegedly contracted an STD and brought it home. But here's where it gets darker. According to these allegations, Rihanna, who was just a teenager when she signed to Jay-Z's label, allegedly had an affair with him behind Beyoncé's back. And Rihanna allegedly caught herpes from Jay-Z as a result. This claim came from Jaguar Wright and Haley Dean, Rihanna's former assistant to her billionaire ex-boyfriend. And baby, when they started talking, they didn't hold back.
Hollywood. Well, she was my boss and gave my boss chlamydia. He's a prince in Africa, and so he came out here back in right before that they were around.
The implication is clear. Rihanna allegedly gave a sexually transmitted infection to someone connected to her boss. But the real bomb is what comes next. Rihanna was only 15 when he started with her and signed her to a death chair. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been mostly involved with, and that was Sean Carter. Sean Carter is Jay-Z's real name. Jaguar is claiming that Jay-Z gave herpes to a 14-year-old Rihanna, a child, and that infection allegedly spread from there. So if Rihanna allegedly caught herpes from Jay-Z, where did it go next? According to street accounts, it went straight to Chris Brown. Chris Brown was Rihanna's boyfriend, and allegedly, Rihanna gave Chris the same infection she got from Jay-Z. When Chris found out, he was allegedly so embarrassed and angry that he called her out publicly, literally telling people that she gave him herpes.
Underage. Jay-Z gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown. He gets in the car and started fighting on him because he embarrassed her for calling her a and saying in front of everybody that she gave him the herpes.
This is the alleged origin story of the Chris Brown and Rihanna domestic violence incident in 2009. According to this narrative, it wasn't random. It was about an STD cover-up, but it gets worse. In 2012, Rihanna was hit with a $10 million lawsuit by an unidentified man claiming she gave him herpes without disclosure. Reports pointed to Chris Brown as the one behind the lawsuit, using anonymity to keep his name out of the media. Whether Chris Brown was actually behind that lawsuit or not, the filing exists. The legal record is there. And according to these allegations, Rihanna was allegedly covering up an infection while simultaneously making herself look like the victim. Orlando didn't start with Rihanna. He started with Beyoncé. And when he did, he went directly for the jugular.
Ask yourself why you can't touch me. Why wasn't I dead yesterday? After I said Beyonce got AIDS.
This clip is important because it's not just an accusation. It's a flex. He's saying, I publicly accused one of the biggest stars in the world of having AIDS, and I'm still here. I'm still talking. If it wasn't true, wouldn't Beyoncé crush me? The logic is, I have nothing to lose, so I'm telling the truth. But Orlando didn't stop there. He escalated.
I would have my page off private so more people can watch, but then she has her people, these little trollers troll my page. And then next thing you know, I don't have a TikTok. Then my Instagram. Then she's running that page.
According to Orlando, Beyoncé's team is actively targeting him to silence his allegations. He's claiming coordinated censorship. He's claiming that Beyoncé is using her power and resources to shut down his ability to speak. Now, whether or not Beyoncé is actually doing this is debatable. But what's not debatable is that Orlando's pages have been taken down multiple times. And he's convinced it's connected to his allegations. Orlando didn't stop at Beyoncé. He went after Nicki Minaj next. And according to him, Nicki's reaction proved he hit a nerve.
Trying to take away from Nicki. She's the greatest female rapper of all time.
Nicki's tired. Give your a break. If you understood how much your pussy hates you, you would hate your because you'd never be friends. And you can see it in her pores.
He's not being subtle. He's saying that Nicki's own people hate her, that you can see the infection visibly on her face, that she's tired, and not just from work. But the most explosive part, according to Orlando, when he confronted Nicki about this, she allegedly got violent.
She almost killed you?
Yeah, no.
Orlando is claiming that Nicki Minaj and her entire team turned on him after he made these allegations, that she was so triggered that she almost became violent with him. Whether this actually happened the way Orlando describes it is unclear. But what's clear is that Nicki's team cut him off. He went from being accepted in her circle to being completely isolated. Now, Cardi B's situation is different because she actually fought back in court. And according to official legal records, she won. But the allegations against her started the same way, with a blogger named Tasha K claiming that Cardi had herpes. Cardi sued Tasha K over these allegations. She took a test. The test came back negative, and she won. Tasha K owes Cardi over $5 million, which she still hasn't paid. But here's the thing that makes this interesting in the context of Orlando Brown's allegations. Cardi had to go to court to prove she didn't have an STD. Think about that. A major celebrity had to submit to legal testing and public humiliation just to defend her reputation. In the streets that they can cause real damage, even to someone like Cardi. Orlando isn't claiming Cardi has an STD, but he is part of a larger ecosystem of voices pushing these narratives. And the fact that Cardi had to sue to defend herself proves that these allegations stick, regardless of whether they're true. Now we get to sex.